Hey guys, my name is Jennifer and I'm Jenofeve Designs. So I am currently recording a album. I'm doing a little bit different style. I've got the whole membership thing in mind, and you're crooked. Perfect. There we go. Whether it be here on YouTube or a Patreon or something like that, so I'm trying to record it differently, and I was playing around with some stuff, and I thought I would just turn the camera on and show you what I'm doing, because it's kind of a fun technique, especially if you just need something quickly. Like if you just need this look, or you want this look or feel quickly. This one's still wet. I just did this one a second ago. But isn't that pretty? This is still wet. But I wanted to show you some of the results that I've already gotten, and then I wanted to show you how I did it. And it's so simple, but I still wanted to show you. So hang on just a second. Yeah, I only had one page made up, and I was kind of experimenting about what I wanted to do with, and this is one of them that I already had like made up, but I had backed some photo mats with it, and I just thought, you know what, I forgot how I did it. So I had to start over and remember what I was, or you know, what my thought process was on how I made that. And I don't even know if this is the right way. I know there's a way to coffee stain or coffee dye papers with stencils that give a much better, clearer look than this. But if you're in a pinch and you want something for your project, I think this is a pretty cool, easy way to do it. So I'm gonna bring you in just a little bit. I'm going to show you some of these pages, and then I'll show you how I made it. So again, these two are still wet, and this one's using coffee stained paper and homemade distress spray in Dusty Concord, but I'll show you that in just a second. But those two are still wet. But anyway, they still look pretty cool. And here's one. It's got scripts. I have discovered I have misplaced most of my stencils, so I've only got a couple to play with, and I've looked and I don't know if I'm going to be able to find them. It doesn't really show much on the back side. It does a little bit, but not much. This is 28-pound paper. This, it didn't show up at all, I don't think. Not really. Well, sort of. You can kind of see up there, there's like a clock. Just a little bit, but not much. And then these pages I use to just kind of blot off extra, and I think they look beautiful. I think they're gorgeous. So isn't that pretty? So all the ones that have mostly white are just was used mostly to, you know, blot things. But all right, I guess I could turn my pages this way. Look how pretty that is. And it does show up on the back a little bit, so that's cool. This was a piece of coffee stained paper that I attempted to do this on. It shows up a little bit. And then here's another one of the pages that I used to like stamp it off. And then I used some doilies. You guys, while I was looking for my stencils, I ran across my box of doilies from way back in the day, like way back, like 10 years or so. Look at all of these. Look at, I haven't used doilies in so long, and a lot of these are coffee stained, coffee dyed, or they're sprayed with distress inks, or any sprays really for that matter. And then I don't know what color that is, and it's kind of funky looking. But then I've got a bunch of doilies in packages that are still white. So yeah, so anyway, I was pretty excited when I found these, especially since it matches the project that I'm working on. So do you guys have a stash of doilies? Well, some of them match anyway. I don't think the green does, but anywho's. So I put those on some pages and sprayed, and it gives a little bit of an effect. It's not my favorite, but all the same, it's okay. And then here's another one. These are just numbers. And this one, I don't know what color that was, but I think I just like you know, inked through the stencil. This was actually the one I had made. I made this one and this one. This was a fuller page a long time ago. A long time ago, meaning it could have been a couple months ago, but I still can't remember how I did it. So let me move these out of the way. So let me show you what I did real quick, and we'll make some together. Well, I don't guess I have. I'm gonna scoot out just a little bit. How about that? Okay, I grabbed some plain white. This is 28-pound paper. I like to use 28-pound paper. And also grabbed some these are cardstock, but they're, what's the word? They're in the recycle. They were an accidental, I don't even know what. I didn't print these, but it's just like a bunch of goobly-garbly, you know, computer crap. So, computer stuff. So anyway, so I thought I would use these. Why not, right? Let's see what happens. Let's do one cardstock, one paper. And see if it makes that big of a difference. So I'm trying to make nice, neat little piles. That's where I can grab them. So I've got paper. I've got a few stencils. These are newer. I'll link everything that I can down in the description box. These are newer, and these are from Finnabar. And then I have a whole bunch of Holtz stencils. This one's got ink on it. But I can't, like I said, I cannot find my stencils. They've got to be somewhere, don't they? They have to be somewhere. So I'm just going to use what I have. So that we're just going to go with it. Now the only thing is, I don't know if I should wet it down or just spray. Well, let's just spray. Let's do that first, and then we can try a page where we wet it down. Okay, so what I have in here in this bottle, this spray bottle, is leftover coffee from yesterday morning's coffee. I filled it up fresh, and I also have in this little mini mister, I have mostly water and a few drops of Distress Ink Dusty Concord. Is this a re-inker? It doesn't say re-inker, but I feel like it is. Like I said, it doesn't say re-inker on it. This is old. Wow, this is, what does it have a year? 2005. I think it says, is that 2005? 2005, really? Wow. Anyway, I don't know. So I guess we'll find out together. I'll look online. So I just put like 10 drops in, and this is mostly water, so with 10 drops of this in it. And I'm going to use that. So we're going to use both of those, but I'm going to start first with the coffee stain, and it's just literally coffee. I haven't diluted it at all. It was just what I made that day, and this is what was left over. So I'm just going to spray. Let me shake it just to make sure. I'm just going to spray over the top of the stencil. And I am being pretty heavy-handed. Want it to get good and saturated. Then I'm going to take another piece, and you don't have to do this part, I don't think, but this is what I've been doing because why not? Take another piece, and then that can have a pattern on that side as well, right? So it's like a twofer. And then here, let's use the same stencil to do both experiments. So I'm gonna go ahead and lift this up, and you can see there, you see it's like the reverse, so that looks pretty cool. That looks pretty cool. And this was printed on an inkjet, I think. I'm not 100% sure. This might, I don't know. I didn't print this, so I don't know. So there's that, and then can I go ahead and take this up, I bet? You can dry it with the stencil on there, or you can let it dry on its own. So I'm going to do the same over here. another sheet of paper. Put that over top. So also too, I'm wondering if, I'm trying to think of how I did that other one. I think I may have coffee stained it. Let's let the dryer, let's hit it with some heat and let's see if that, see, I've already forgot how I did it yesterday. So I'm gonna dry this a little bit. All right, let me take this one up. Look how cool that looks. Doesn't that look neat? Okay, so I'm gonna set this up. We're just gonna make a pile. And I'm gonna take this up, let's see. Actually, there's still more coffee on here. Let's see if I can't get that up. We're gonna peel this up. And I'm gonna set these both aside. I think I'm just gonna let them dry on their own because I want to try it another way. Let's just make a pile. Okay. So I'm going to use, again, I'm going to use another one of those. And I'm going to use a plain white. So we've got the cardstock and then we've got the paper. So what I want to do this time is I'm going to spray the paper first, I think. I'm gonna go ahead and do both. This is a lot of spraying. You could just simply put it in a tub of water and it would probably be just as fast, but a tub of water with coffee in it, just like you would if you were coffee staining larger, you know, a larger amount of paper at one time. So this is not, this would be for something like if you needed it for a project. This is my thoughts anyway. So now let's try this over here. Okay, and then I'm going to spray. And I think I'm going to put this on here too, because I would like to have some flower images as well. Okay, and then let's use this stencil over here. I kind of want to cut that off. I don't, and this top part too, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm just trying to get it on here straight. I've done it where it's crooked. And look at how much I'm using. But again, I think that if you're just wanting a quick coffee stain type image, this is the way to go. Or this effect, you know, this look. I think I know what I'm talking about. But I'm having fun just creating, so I'm not sure if I'm saying the right words or not, but that's okay. I wonder what happens if I spray the backside of this. I haven't done that yet. I'm just curious. So the sheet I put on top, let's give it a spray. I might have to get some more coffee. I'm just wondering if it makes any kind of difference at all. So. Okay, let's flip this up. Neat. Okay. Let's get this one. Ooh, look how pretty that one looks. I feel like the paper absorbs more. It could just be me. So now let's see. Oh, this was an experiment. We're going to see if it makes a difference on the image, right? I feel like I need to sop up some more of this coffee. The day I'm recording this, actually, is mine and my husband's 32nd wedding anniversary. So we got married 32 years ago. Isn't that awesome? He's at work and I'm playing. So 32 years. We got married when we were just babies. Okay, there. Now we've got an extra something. All right, I'm gonna need that piece of paper back. Oh, see, now I can't really see a difference. Okay, so I'm gonna dry this just a little bit. Sorry about the glare and the light and everything. Okay, I've been drying for a minute and it's not really showing up well. I'm going to try not to move it because I want to spray it again. It's not showing up at all over there. Whoops, I shifted it. Daggone it. And it's showing up kind of over here. I'm pretty sure you're not going to be able to see that. Let me see. I don't want to move it off. Let me scoot in and then peel it back again. Gosh, sorry you guys, I can't move it. I don't know, can you see? Can you see the numbers? Barely, just a little. I can't hardly tell. I can't tell on my monitor, but this page is super wet still. But at least this one is showing up where, oh, there we go. Where this one, not so much. So I'm gonna scooch back. I'm gonna spray it again and see if it makes a difference. I also kind of want to take one of the dry ones that I've already done and see if that works better. So I'll do that next. So I'm gonna let this, ooh, you know what I mean? I need some thing to pick up my excess. I'm gonna get them both. Is this one? Is this one? This one's wet, but it's okay. No, let's use a different one. Let's use a dry one. Let's use this one. Okay. That is so cool. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna dry it for a little bit, and then, oop, nope, I still got wet stuff on my stencil. Come on, paper. Look at that. The paper soaks up better than the cardstock, so the thinner paper soaks up better for sure. I have let them dry, or I've blow dried them, and I'm not sure it makes any difference at all, right? I need another sheet to pick up some coffee. Okay. So let's see. I think when it dries, it's going to be a little bit more noticeable, but for right now, not so much. Let me get this one too. So I think they just need to dry. Okay, so let's set those aside. They look pretty cool though, even still. I don't know. I don't feel like the camera's picking up on the beautifulness of it. But maybe once it dries, it will. And this one, you can see some, come on, oops, sorry, I'm bouncing, you guys. I'm so sorry. Right, so you can see a little bit, like through here. Okay, so we'll let that dry. And let me get a dry one. And see if we spray over the top. Like this one, I think I tried that with this. This one was already coffee stained paper. And then I tried to go over top of it. This one, that one looks good. I don't want to mess that one up. Let's do this one. Just because it's got that weird color on it. And there's the purple. Isn't that pretty? I got this just by doing, I put the stencil down, I sprayed, oops, where'd it go? The purple first, and then I came back with the coffee stain, and it looks super pretty, doesn't it? I'll show you how I did that in just a second as well. But I wanted to see if it matters. Let's try that. Let's see if it matters. Oh, this one has texture. Why does this have texture? I must have done something different. Well, let's not use that one. Okay, let's try this again. Let's try... I'm gonna grab another coffee stain paper. Okay, so I just grabbed me another. This is an 11 by 17 sheet of coffee stain paper, and actually I'm gonna fold it in half. And this is coffee stained with the same coffee, except I dip it in coffee, and it's diluted with water, a little bit of vanilla extract, and a little bit of baking soda to neutralize the acidity. And then I put it in the oven for a few minutes, and it doesn't dry all the way, but then I pile them on top of each other, and sometimes I put plain white sheets in between, just because it kind of gives it that cool. Anytime you see ones that are super white that I use, but they have a little bit of coffee staining on them a little bit, and it's kind of cool and mottled looking, that's what I've done. Okay. All right, let's put this on here. And I am going to try coffee stain in one spot, and then I'm going to do the purple in another. And then I'll do like a mix or like a something in between. I don't know. Woo! Don't have to squeeze as much of that. And then a little bit of that. And then watch. I'm going to do this. Oh, look at how... This might be too dark for what my needs are, but we'll see. So I kind of want to just leave it for now and just see what happens. I'm going to do that. I'm going to put it on the... So let's do that, and then I'm going to stick one underneath. And I'm going to let it sit for a little bit while we do other things, just because. I'm going to stick it all the way at the bottom of the pile. I just want to see if it matters. But you see how you can just get carried away. You can just keep doing, and it's fun. All right, let's do this. Let's fold this in half. This is just a sheet of paper. And I want to do the flowers What if I did it like this? No, what if I did it? I was gonna layer, but I don't think I will. I'm gonna do the flowers. I kind of want them over here. So I'm going to do both. I'm going to do purple and coffee stained, but first I'm going to do coffee stained. Whoop. Spraying out the side of the nozzle. Then I'm going to spray a little bit. Right, just a little bit up there. Look at it, it's making cool like. That closed just to pick up, just let it soak in. You think I think it'll turn out pretty cool. We'll see. Then let's open it back up. Oop. It's not as clear as I'd like for it to be, but it is what it is, right? This one looks clearer. I kind of want to add some coffee to it. Oh. Just so it's not stark white, you know. Let's put some of that purple back on there. Yeah, so I'm going to let that dry. I think that might be pretty. And then let's grab a cardstock. I'm just going to add a little bit. Same thing. Whoa. I don't have as much control over this little guy. So then I'm just going to pick that up, flip it over like this. Why not? So I think the more experimenting you do, the cooler the images turn out to be, if that makes sense. So then I'm going to dry this. Let's see if I can dry this and then put the numbers over top. Okay, I think it's dry. It's dry enough. It's a little damp, but not much. So that looks pretty cool. So now I'm going to layer this on top, and I'm just going to spray the coffee, I think. So yeah, this is just me playing around. I don't know if this is the right or wrong way to do this at all. So, you know, whoops. So I'm sure there's tons and tons and tons of videos out there that show these types of techniques, but I just thought I would play just to see, because sometimes that's the best way to learn something, just by playing. That didn't soak up as much as I wanted it to. Let's get some more paper. That one was still wet, so we're gonna have all kinds of pages to play with. So should I take this off? Oh, that looks pretty cool. It's okay. It's pretty good and dry. But it looks super cool. Now I kind of want to test the waters here, and I want to see if I just spray over top the entire thing with coffee stain, if it messes the numbers up or anything. Because sometimes you just don't want that white. I don't think it's going to mess it up, you guys. I think we're good. Yes, I think that'll be great. Whoops. Alright, I'm going to dry this. And so I did spray the back of it while I was drying, just because that way if I use it for something, it's got a color on both sides. But it's not too bad. It's still a little wet. It's not too bad. So this, none of them are dry. But they are still pretty cool. So let's just flip through. They're all still, ooh, let's look at the one at the bottom that I had sandwiched between two cardstocks. Let's see if it's done anything. If it's done anything at all. So there's the top cardstock. There's a little bit of something. There's the paper. See that weird green? Can y'all see that? I'm gonna scooch in. Maybe you'll be able to see it. See that weird greenness? What is that? Why are they doing that? Okay, backing up. Back it up. Back it up. Okay. So then let's flip her open. Doesn't really show much over here. What about here? A little bit. So it's not like super exciting, but it's still pretty cool in my opinion. So I don't know, I kind of dig it. What do you guys think? Are you gonna give it a try? I'm trying to move stuff. Let me stick this at the bottom of this pile. Look at, I mean, these are just everything that I've made in this video just now, which is, I've been recording for maybe 30 minutes, even with the drying and everything. So obviously this is not dry, so it needs to dry some more. But yeah, I think these turned out pretty cool. This one is still wet. This is paper. And this is still wet. This is cardstock. And it looks pretty cool. I feel like at the end, it's gonna look super neat when it's dry, completely dry. These are paper. You can still tell that they're wet. So I may have to come back when they're all dry and show you the finished results. But you see how you can see the white and stuff? This looks so cool. That's paper. This one's paper. Is it upside down? It was. That one's paper. Cardstock. It looks so cool. Yep. Cardstock. Paper. I wish I had more stencils, but for whatever reason I can't find them. I've hid them from myself. Do you guys do that when you clean up? Do you hide things from yourself? So yeah, so you get both the negative and the positive image when you spray, and then you put a sheet over top of it and spray it again. So, but yeah, so this one here though, I do think I started with a light colored coffee stained page. Maybe not. I do think I did though. And then I sprayed over top of it and then it dried, and that's the end result. So that looks pretty cool. So I'll have to, I guess I'll come back when they're all dry and show you the finished. That's what I can do. Well, they're not completely dry, but I've run out of time. So, and I didn't want to keep blow drying them or anything like that, but I think, oops, do I have them upside down? No, I didn't have them upside down. I don't know. Anyway, so they're not completely dry, but they're definitely pretty neat results that I think are going to be cool. Yeah, I mean, I can still feel the wetness. So, but yeah, these look pretty cool. So, and look at the difference. I did spray this one on the back, or I didn't spray that one on the back. And it doesn't look like it's really that noticeable, right? But it is. Between off-white and white, right? So, yeah. So spray them on the back, don't spray them on the back. It just depends on what you're going to do with them. This one, you can barely see some of the... So it was just playing. It was just fun. I like this one. Just adds some interest. And that one looks pretty good. I just think they all turned out pretty good. This one, I got a little bit of the flower down there, or the flower, I don't even know what that one is called. I don't even know what I did with it. Does it have a name on it? No. Wildflowers or something, but I love the way this looks. Yeah. And then here's some purple. Isn't that a pretty purple? The purple and the coffee stained, I think, look really pretty together. So, and then these were just one of the last few that I softened up stuff with. So yeah, so give it a try. Let me know your thoughts. I just wanted to share a little playtime with you, and just give you a quick ideas for if you needed something really quick for coffee stain, a little bit of interest. Maybe you needed a page, maybe you needed to, like this, maybe you needed to put something on the back of paper. This paper, I don't know what I used to glue it. I think it was just like a glue stick or something, but it's okay. I would probably rather have cardstock. But anyway, if you need something on the back of stuff like that, then you've got something simple. You can do it real quick, and the results are fabulous. So yeah, I'll have the products that I used, and I'll try to find the names of the stencils and everything. I'll have that linked down below. I'm gonna have to hunt for the rest of my stencils to play a little bit more, but let me know if you try this, you guys. I appreciate you joining me today, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.